Welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven from South Norway. We are going to do a general profile on the people on my beloved Moonlight Ravens who are connected to this channel. So if you want to be a part of the tribe, it's completely free of charge. It's gratis, as we say, so please do subscribe and like, and I might, you never know, channel the energies that you are sending through this channel here. So what we are going to go a little bit through, exactly, these are Dungeons and Dragon cards, so they don't have the normal ones, and they can be a little bit confusing, but the pictures are so clear, and we are going to use them to see the light that you possess right now, the strength that you possess right now, and exactly what kind of energies that are trying, because there are let's just call them demonic entities connected to the false self, people who identify themselves with the pain body, and so on and so on. And the reason for them to keep on attacking you, even when, even if you portray yourself as Mother Teresa and they have nothing on you, they will make up something. So I have been threatened, I have been stolen from, I have been lied to, I have been used. And it's like, for some reason, the more light and the more heart you are sharing to the world, the more what do you call them? Villains, crooks you attract. Crooks, people who are less light. Basically, do they have any light at all, or are they completely black? That is what we are going to find out now. So give me a 3 card and we will see what is attacking our asses as we speak. So this will be a collective read. And we end it here. So I'm going to pull 3 and 3 cards, so we get a really wide perception on what the hell is going on. Like, what did I admit exactly now? Why was it so horrible that I was coming and visiting my daughter on her last day? Sitting there, plenty of space, sitting there, being silent, just looking and making my daughter happy for me being there. What have I done that makes someone so angry because I'm just sitting there looking at my daughter? I'm not talking to anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone because they're all 200% mainstream people in there. Yeah? You do nothing. And yet, someone decides not only that they have the right to take away something that belongs to you, something that you've carried inside of you for 9 months, but they also now have taken so much of your energy that they have the right to say, fuck off, you're not invited here. I'll call the police. This is not your school. This is not, you might as well throw me out of the country. And you're not even Norwegian. You're not from Norway at all. You're not even Scandinavian. You're not even European. Right? So, what is it that ticks people like this? We are going to have a look. So these cards, they belong to the role-playing game. So I actually do have a dice here, just in case, a role-playing dice here, just in case. So here we have the page of charisma. And if you notice, beside this young charismatic individual, there is a very large cat. And so usually we do associate someone who are this friendly with that large cat as the strength card. So we have the strength card here mixed with a large amount of charisma. Yes, because when you are connected to the spirit, you are going to glow and people are going to want and be attracted to this light. Now we will find out in what way is that provoking to someone. Here we have someone waiting. Someone are waiting. Okay. This individual is waiting for something to happen. They are wounded. So they see themselves as a victim. They're waiting for something better. And when they see you, you have exactly that which is better. So you will attract a lot of people who are wounded warriors, who themselves are traumatized. They don't understand that we are all traumatized by just coming into this world, by just being born. We are traumatized and we all go through different tests in this life. And we are being continuing traumatized until the day we die, because it's harnessing us. We are turning into the people of the crystal people. Your aura is right now crystallizing as long as you allow it to do so. It will still crystallize even if you do not allow it. If you do feel a resistance towards it, it will be a painful experience for you. Now let's check another individual. No, that's not that's not that. Now let's check someone else, because I want to see the different reasons behind, because I've thought a lot about this. I'm very picky what kind of people I'm hanging out with, and it takes this much before the vibration go down. If you think of yourself as a butterfly or a hummingbird, that your energy goes like this when you start to vibrate really high, and then someone comes who are like, this, I hate the world and everyone are against me, and they see you, they will. It's very easy to pull a wing off a butterfly, I tell you that. But since you are etherical, since you are connected to the etherical, well, and you are living in human flesh, they will do something to try and take you down from your throne, because you just claim your throne, beautiful people. You just claim your throne, Moonlight Ravens. So, and that is provoking to someone, because you just sit there like you own the throne, because that is exactly what you do. And did you take it? No, you created it for yourself. And that is even more provoking. How the hell, right? How does she or he get to deserve that? So someone here sees your victory, right? And they are trying to remove themselves actually away from you. As you can see here in the picture, they are trying to move themselves away from you because it's irritating them. When they look at you and they don't understand how you did what you did, it is irritating them, because the victory you have is above the flesh. The victory they had was perhaps getting a promotion at work, so they have more money on their bank account. This is a very large victory, but they're still unhappy. And so in what world, on what level is this a victory. Let's see. What is it that is so irritating with this individual? So we can be talking about specific individuals now. Some of you are dealing with someone who are very intelligent, but for some reason they can't really, in Norwegian word is målbinde. It's a story about the fool, or Espen Askeladd. He couldn't målbinde the princess. Målbinde is basically the cat get your tongue, making people shut up. They can't reply. And this is someone who are well spoken. He's a king, right? He's a king. But for some reason, some of you might have a really rapid mouth. And why? How do you lose an argument? Well, you lose an argument by constantly seeing things from your own perception. If you want to win an argument, first of all, see it from as many perceptions as possible. And you can simply also end the conversation with, you know what? You're absolutely correct. I respect your point of view. But you know what? It's not my point of view, so whatever you want to think about it, it's not really my problem. Now, someone who is a politician, that is really annoying. Because someone comes and criticizes you for doing this and this and that, and you say in return, so what? What are you going to do about it? And boom, the conversation is done. Right. So we're going to pull another another Dungeons and Dragon again. The Hanged Man. So basically this talks about a lot of you have been through plenty of suffering to get where you are now. Not just through one life, but through many, many lifetimes. I don't know about you guys, but have you started to notice that you are bringing in gifts, insights, and getting small glimpses from past lives? Or this sensation that there is something more to it. I feel I know this person, or sometimes you can get a glimpse that is less than a second. It's like 1 out of 10 second. Excuse my mathematic, it does not exist, but it's like the glimpse is so fast, it's not even a second. But within that moment, you know that I was a carpet weaver, and you are taking in all the emotions and the atmosphere and how you felt, the depression, everything in that moment. But you're also people who are getting closer to the path, who are chosen to become pilgrims and walk the path of ascension. They will also adapt abilities. They will do certain things, and they like I can give you one example. I have been a dancer my entire life, but this was a different thing, because I would teach a dance called Kathak in south of India this Christmas, and it's the origin of flamenco. And while I was doing the Kathak, I learned it so fast that after some time the legs would go like this. I was like, oh my god, I've done this before. And I don't know if this is because of my ancestors that do come from northwest India, who was part of the Romani people, or the gypsies as we know them. So some of that is in my blood. Was it they living through me? Or do I actually have another life where I am a kathak dancer? I don't know. But it was so natural for me to do all these motions that there was no doubt in my mind that I've done this 1,000,000 times before. Certain things, you pick it up like that. And it's a very, very typical indication that, oh, this I have done before. There is no doubt about that. So here you are, suffering as the hanged man. You're hanging there, and it's like you're not getting anywhere. You're just hanging there. Sometimes it can be a depression. You feel you can't get anywhere. And no one's there really to come to your aid. And as, you know, Odin hang from a tree 9 nights, 9 days to gain the wisdom. It's very similar to someone else who were hanging around, right? And you will see his head, his crown started to glow eventually. At some point, you get used to the suffering in a manner that it's becoming part of you. And perhaps the body or the spirit will create some sort of resistance or a roundabout. At some point, you just know that pain and pleasure is actually the same thing. But the brain is like that now. The brain is supposed to be like this. They say that the Lemurians, they were androgynous. They were, I believe, I don't know if they were the fourth root race, I'm not sure. But they had only one eye. At some point, they became woman and man, and the one eye in the middle disappeared. And now we have 2 sexes, and the attraction, well, we have to reproduce somehow. I don't know. Some are getting back your enlightenment through suffering in this world. And while you are suffering, people will still come and make you suffer more. And tell you that, why are you just sitting there and doing shit? Why can't you be successful like your brother? So we have someone here who are traveling to calmer waters. There is someone here who wants to have a new beginning. So that's why they travel, obviously. It could be also 2 people who are splitting up. As you can see, they are separating their ways. There is a woman here who have a lot of power, the Empress, who sees this suffering that you are going through. Someone here doesn't have a lot of resources, but someone here looks up to you, and they want to give you something so they can be a part of your light. They actually, I get the word is worship. And I get that. I see not everyone are attacking you. You actually have someone here who are also in their own manner protecting you with the Empress head. Because if she was attacking you, she would be Empress in reversed. And this person who is traveling towards you, for what reason do they travel towards you? They seem to be, it could be actually a Capricorn. Could be a Capricorn. But what does the Capricorn want? Well, it seems to me that you cut this Capricorn out of their life, of your life, so they feel left out in the cold, and they now want to come back. Why do they want to come back? Great Spirit, show me. Ha! You might be dealing with a twin Scorpio. Scorpio. Moonlight Ravens. For now we are Ravens. So actually you might be dealing with a twin. Someone who... And this is perhaps why you see the split in the middle here. That they want to have a new beginning, but something is drawing them back to you. Okay. But I get that someone here wants to have a new beginning, and they realize that whatever you're up to, they can't be a part of that. They do your own thing, and that's why you're very much alone, because some people accept completely that you do your stuff in your spiritual way, but it's not my cup of tea on how I approach the spiritual way, right? Like many people, they love to wear orange. I have a friend, he loves to wear orange, he loves to have dreadlocks, he never takes off his jewelry, and he's wearing a rudraksha over his entire body. And he has this distaste for blue colors, and he wrinkles his face when he's a goth. I think that is gothic, right? And this is part of the false self. We have a taste. And that does not mean he's not spiritual and he dislikes me. He just feels that we are very different. We are from different tribes, but we are equally when it comes to understanding what is spiritual. And yet you see, they will go a different path. Now, let's have a look at the other side. Who knows what's the difference between these people, but I like to use different cards. They have different energies to them. So there is someone here who are aware of the fact that you're going through some suffering. And one of them could be Aquarian or have Aquarian abilities. One of them have Leo abilities. They want to be in the middle of they want to have the attention, is what I get basically by this guy. But he's not getting any attention from you. And there is a very chance that many of your spiritual people are getting a lot of attention simply because you stand out, you are unique, your clothes are different, the way you glow is different. You do not possess opinions, because opinions belong to the false self. The spirit does not have opinions. It's completely neutral. It's Switzerland. Okay, give me or I'll take. Show me or I'll take. One card. Okay. So, yeah, that guy, huh? So, this is someone, you confronted them because they were very in and out while you were suffering. They were very careless. They did not take care of you when you were suffering the most. And so you confronted them with, why are you pretending to be this close to me, but you're going completely cold when I'm going through shit? Why are you doing this? And basically his ego or her ego could not handle that. So basically they left. And whatever you had or possessed, well, they took it with them. Because it turns out this was someone who practiced spirituality, but they were false. Here you have Scorpion. So, as I've said before, Scorpion have a few levels. The first one are instinctual. The second one is the snake level, serpent level, and we have the eagle level, and at last we have the phoenix level, when you are actually ascending or you are on your last path. And so the Scorpion, I'm seeing someone here who are determined to take you down, because you do not fear the Scorpion. Many of you guys who are looking at this right now, you are scorpions yourself, snakes, or preferably eagles. Like I said before, this channel is really not for crawlers. You better have some self-insight in order to understand many of the things I'm talking about, not to mention behave, right? And so low-level Scorpios, I was dating a low-level Scorpio once, and to him it was cool to be evil. He was bragging about the violence he would perform on other people, and every time I was hungry and there were things that we obtained, he refused to share. He would be extremely greedy. So he showed me the lowest level of a Scorpio that I probably have seen in my entire world. And yeah, he ended up also becoming a murderer and ended up in jail. So, you know, I was dating him for a month where I lost my respect for him, but I didn't have the nerve to say fuck off. I was very young, I was like 16. So I didn't have the nerve to say fuck off. So I simply grew very cold at him, and I started to mirror his action towards me. Believe it or not, a couple of years went and he said, I'm sorry. He apologized to me, actually. Now that takes balls. He would still act like an asshole, the most selfish asshole on earth, but he apologized. But from what I've heard, he's still alive and he still runs the same show or a similar show. Hopefully he's grown a little bit, but how much, I don't know. So here you are in a process right now, many of you. Ace of Strength. What you see here, this flaming energy, is actually prana, or you could almost say, you know, it's pranic energy, it's ki, it's spiritual energy, it's it's very familiar to the fire element. It could also be the fire element. And as you can see here, he's a monk and he is in some kind of a trance. And in order to activate these energies, you have to activate your emotions and you have to take full control over your emotions. And that is what the Tibetan tried to tell me when this man, this Christmas, he hit two dogs. I told you about this before. And one of the dogs would scream. He would hit them with his car. which me ended up with the dog that I'm thinking how I can go pick up. But my revenge was to, I thought, yeah, I'll move into the house, I already paid for it, and I'll make sure that you will meet real life Carly. And he did, in his own way. I exposed him to, well, a lot of people know now how he is like, as he came in and touched me. And when I experience things like that, I would experience a form of rage that you're almost fainting. Now, let us pretend that this rage, let's put it a little bit backwards so you can have more space. So let's say this rage is an actual object, and it's you know, the Tesla coil. So as soon as you touch the Tesla coil, you see that the lightning will follow your fingers, right? And it's the same thing with rage, that you can let it go in all directions. You can see here how it is flying in all directions. But this guy is actually taking control over these energies. So you cannot see rage. You cannot see rage, but you can certainly as hell feel it. And so what does the people who can control their rage, you become very calm. And this man also have practiced a lot of martial art. You can see he's wearing traditional, he looks like a traditional Kung Fu monk or something like that. He's very similar. This is Dungeons and Dragons, but let's say he is on that level, and clearly he is. He has this power, and it's also called Ace of Strength. So he becomes calm because he now possesses strength. It is in his power. It is not strength that is in his power. So what is provoking in that manner? What is provoking when you become this powerful and you can control even your own rage? I can tell you this much, that in 90% of the situation I control the rage, and in 10% of the situation I would scream very loud. Now the other day I would experience an extreme frustration, desperation, and I used this extreme desperation to manifest 3 times the amount of that I was in need of. Let's put it like that. Let's say it was money, okay? And I tried to manifest 20 euro or 50 euro. Well, I manifested 3 times the amount by picturing myself like a coil, and that the lightning would spread out of my finger, and I would connect with all ancestors and gods and any entity you could think about that you know are constantly guarding you. And the more light you have, the greater that guardian light will be around you. So I feel that this is not someone you have attracted. This is something you gain. You can see the colors here, how they match. The Ace of Swords, basically, clarity, and perhaps the power to yield the sword. So many people become, you know, like, I don't know, rainbow warriors or light warriors or whatever, you know. But in the spirit world, there is not war. The war is an illusion. It is a conflict between duality. I see someone here blaming you for the situation they are in. Someone are chained to a situation and they can't get loose from the situation. And they are blaming you as part of it. Or they have themselves managed to end up in a situation that is unfortunate for them. And in that story, you are a part of that story. Because of your strength, because of your light, or because of something you said. But somehow, it's probably not you who have even chained this individual, unless you're a cop, I don't know. Would be cool to carry a couple of cuffs sometimes though. But I see that many people are putting the blame on you for the misery that they are in, actually. Because you are like this and you are like that. But notice that this does not happen only to people who are becoming aware. All these people are arguing in between them. They love drama. They love, oh, did you hear what she and this one said the other day? They love it. But it's the moment you withdraw from it, you become a greater target. Because, oh, we are not good enough for you. And they see that, you become more and more happy because you're no longer dealing with low vibrational people. And it's probably the reason why you see the most powerful yogis, they sit alone in a yogi position, and they sit alone very often in a cave to not get disturbed. This is also why the high priestess is alone. She doesn't want to be disturbed because the energies has to be 100% focused and accumulated within her. And it will be, every time we speak, we actually cast a spell and we are disturbing the energies. So when we speak, we should really learn to speak as elegant as possible. Although I tend to say fuck a lot. When I do that, I put the energy of humor behind it. So I kind of push it into a different vibration. So it won't be, oh fuck, out of rage. It would be, oh fuck. Kind of tweaking the energy behind the vibration of the word a little bit, because it's turned into a programming because of how I've been raised and these things. But of course, if we can speak like ladies and gentlemen all the time, that sure, that would be great also. But in reality, there is a hidden language that I'm searching for, and you could start with searching for finger language, hand language. The Empress is right here also, darling. She's here also again. So some of you guys out there, you have attracted to yourself powerful forces, and you might be empresses yourself. I'm kind of impressed now, I will be honest with you. Kind of impressed here. I love this read. I love this read. Sometimes it's difficult for me to, oh, should we do another love read? I've been studying love reads for 4 years. I'm like, oh, let's do something more funky. And what's really happening now? Well, I see more and more people are selecting themselves as the chosen ones. And we know there are a lot of false prophets out there, and there are many people out there who are claiming I'm a false prophet or a false guru. But excuse me, but I never claimed myself to be a prophet or a guru. I just share the knowledge I myself have obtained from books, from things I see, from experience. And so I'm honest about what I share. And whether or not that is true or not true, there is always something, a strain of untrueness to the truth, believe it or not. Because we live in contradiction. The first thing that comes to my mind is that some of you have obtained to channel the rage into pure power, and this have made you gain their respect, and they're keeping their eyes on you. Like, what the hell? I'm very impressed, you know. They're not exactly approaching you, they're just looking at you, and you're like, wow. And we also know that these 4 of Wands is a rite of passage. So, wow, you're now on at least their level, if not even more. The other one who is not too happy is the guy who supposedly is coming up as a 6 of Coins, which is usually connected to humanitarian people. They might see you as selfish because you are very closed off and you're not necessarily active in any humanitarian organization. But they don't know that you actually probably are giving a lot somewhere, somehow. I am not walking around with a t-shirt with a long list that about where I explain to people about all the cats I helped survive, and the dogs I've been feeding, and the birds and the rats I've been saving for the ultimate death, or the insects I've been picking up from the toilet or buckets or wherever, you know. I don't carry such a t-shirt, right? But someone sees you as very selfish, that you're all up, you just, no, you're all up. And maybe we are a little bit selfish, but maybe we do have a side to us that is where we are a little bit up in our own shit, and where there is a side to us where we need to work and think, is there something I can do to help? You know, is there something I can do to help you out with something? And maybe some of us are a little bit lazy. Think, but we all have ways to be nice. Like, I'm not going to tell you what I do when I'm nice, but I like to share what I have. You know, give gifts. I always loved giving people gifts. And sometimes I give too much, and yet I'm seen as selfish by many people. And the truth to be told is that this card is actually a hexagram, which we just talked about. And so in I believe the Crowley tarots, it's about, this is what we use the hexagram for. It's about bringing spiritual or etherical energy into manifestation. So who the hell decided that 6 of Coins is about charity? Why? Like, where the hell do they get that idea from? We all know what the hexagram is, and as a magician we all know what the hexagram is for, what they use it for. It's a trap. It's like a cage. But it's apparently also a vehicle, is also creating structures. Yeah. So this is someone who is literally pissed off because he can see that you manifest things that he can just forget about. Because he thinks that, well, I will gain favors. There are so many humanitarians I met out there who needs to be seen when they give something, who needs to have feedback and being, you know, tapped on the shoulder and told, oh my God, you're such a wonderful being for what you are doing. And if they don't get that, I will never help you again. I will never help again. So there are a lot of people out there who are helping you out. Be a little bit careful for that. Because very often when you get a gift or someone gives you a helping hand, in the future they will point it out and expect something in return. But the thing is, when I give you a gift and say, I'll take this bone, you know I love this bone, but I'll give it to you now. Let's pretend it's made of gold. I already gave something away and the universe will give me something in return to balance it out. I don't need anything back from you in reality. But we can balance it out right now, you on a personal level. If you steal this from me, you are sending out signals to the universe that I am a poor person. And so more will be taken from you because you're sending out that signal. In return, you accept that something has been taken from you, but you can afford it. And there is also a void here. Now the universe will balance it out. So here we have someone who are a little bit annoyed because they are investing in something and it's taking forever. And here you are, things are moving rapidly. How you manifest things. Someone also feel very much betrayed by you because you left them and went your own ways because you simply couldn't handle their negativity. So you left, you grew tired of always helping them. Help, 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 I need help again. You need help again. Every time you help them, doesn't take long and they are back in the same situation. Now you have someone here who are enraged. I did a check upon earlier and this came out in reverse. This is someone here who are enraged, and if they had a chance, don't be too surprised if they would have killed you. They would use any kind of violence possible to, apparently I have to go soon, to take you down. Okay. Ole? Ole? Hvor mange minutter har jeg på meg?
Maks 10 minutter, så må du ha 10 minutter på å gjøre klar, så du må kjøre klokka 3 senest.
Okay, so time is really moving fast. So yeah, we have 5 to 10 minutes more and then I'll have to finish this. It was fun, but we were already up in 49 minutes, so we had a good one, didn't we? Now something is crossing you. And I got the idea that this, whatever is crossing you, it comes from someone, from something or someone. Someone are attacking you and hiding behind someone else. They attack you from a distance and they enjoy it. And they can come out as quite, what you call it, intimidating. Because they don't have the guts to come and confront you in person. Someone are pissed off because they lost an opportunity basically with you. They didn't see your worth, they didn't appreciate your worth. Perhaps they pretended they did so, but you saw through it, so you left, and the opportunity is now gone. Okay. If you like me to do this way, and if you want me to work more on your spiritual path and how it affects you, and tricks and traps to look out for. Thank you, Great Spirit, for guiding me. Tricks and traps to look out for regarding people and situations that you will stumble upon. Spiritual, the universe will test you, to test your ability to, are you ready for the next? There are many people out there who claim they are already there, you know. I wouldn't do such a thing. I would not claim such a thing. But because, you know, going up to 5D, it's not going up. You don't go anywhere. It's a state of mind. It's not something you deserve. It's a state of mind. It's a vibration you attract. Or you can stay or be or whatever. So the next one here. What do we have here? We have someone very young. Someone very young. They are very creative. I actually have a feeling that they look very up to you and they're looking at you, not away from you. And you get the 7 of coins again. Someone who are working very hard and they look at you. Why are you not working as hard as I do? And you get things coming as easily to you as they do. Boom. Okay, guys. I hope you had as fun as I did. It was a lot. I want to talk a little bit more about spiritual trips. Yeah, that too could be interesting. Maybe I do a mushroom read, but tricks and traps that we all, you know, we are all different, so we all have a story about traps that we've fallen into because we have been in a certain state of mind. Or if you read The Alchemist, the first portion of people who left through the desert were attacked by entities in the desert or by the desert itself because of their arrogance. So the universe went in and taught them a lesson. The second group went into the desert and showed gratefulness and what it is to be humble. So being grateful is actually one of the most essential things on your path. Being grateful for absolute every molecule you consist of and the opportunities that you have in this dimension. And the more grateful you are, the more you will attract. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. And thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I catch you soon on the flip side.